Okay, so we're going to finish up the more opaque gouache technique with this sphere. So what I'm going to do now is take a whole lot more of the yellow and mix it with a tiny bit of the green. And kind of use that to make a slightly lighter part around here. And we're going to get to using the white here in just a minute. Just as soon as I get my paint a little bit thinner. Here we go. And this certainly isn't the sort of thing where you have to blend in all your brush strokes. If you kind of want to leave it looking like you can kind of see those wisps over here, that's fine. If you like to blend, you can use your fingers. You can take a little bit of water on your brush and sort of smooth it out there. So it's definitely up to you whether you want to have sort of a rougher painting style or one that's more blended. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to see that you've got the different colors and the different mixtures of those colors in here. I kind of use a combination of all the techniques. Alright, so we've got this light-ish, greenish yellow going here for some of the highlight. Then what I'll do is take my white paint and thin that out just a little bit. And I'm going to use that for my highlight. And there's just a little bit of yellow still on my brush, which really isn't a big deal. I'm going to put that in there. And this one I think I'll just try to leave a little bit sloppy, which is kind of hard for me, but it's kind of good to do once in a while. What I'm going to do is let this dry, and then on top of that I'm going to put some just pure white. And while that's drying, I'm going to explain your last practice assignment. So hopefully you have at least one more quarter sheet left. If not, you can always use the back of one of yours for this exercise. But for this, I'm just looking more or less for a doodle. It doesn't really matter at all what you paint. If you want to go online and look for, gouache, watercolor, if you're going to do something like a Zen doodle, if you've done those before, that's fine. But what I want to see is a layering of the two different techniques. So again, you can do whatever you want, a fish, butterfly, flower, tree. If you just like geometric shapes and you want to work with those, I just want to see the layers. So the first layer is going to be your watercolor technique. So with that, you just take a whole bunch of your paint and make whatever your first layer is going to be. So in the case of the tree, I just did a really light wash of purple. This, I think I'll just kind of do a square, something a little more geometric. And you'll let that dry. Alright, so I'll come back here and see if this is dried enough. And get my paintbrush pretty dry with my paper towel. And grab a little of that, more of that white paint. It's just plain white that hasn't been mixed with anything. And I'm going to put that right in the center dot for my highlight. Kind of blend it a little bit. Here. Alright, so that's good enough for this one. Again, I just want to be able to see that you've applied these four different mixtures of the paint along with some white to kind of create that illusion that this is three-dimensional. So that's all set and ready to be handed in. Now if we go back to the doodle part, so this is dry enough. And mine's really just a quick demo. This tree took a little bit longer, so I'm looking for something that you might spend about 15 or 20 minutes on, not 2 seconds. So from here, you're going to find another color, maybe a darker color, and use that second technique. So this is watercolor technique, and this we could call it sort of the acrylic technique, even though it is both ways still gouache. So you take that and what I want to see is sort of more of line work. So that's what gouache is really kind of nice for when it's this opaque, is you can make nice precise lines here. So we can outline this pretty easily. And this part's still a little wet, so you'll kind of see it bleeds there. But if you are patient and let it dry, it won't do that. And from here, I'll just kind of add some patterns on top of this. Alright, so this is how it more or less should look. As long as you let the watercolor technique underneath dry, it won't bleed like this, though that's something you can kind of experiment with in your doodle. I just want to be able to see that you were able to layer the two techniques one on top of the other in your design. So just let me know if you have questions. Feel free to email me at any time, and I'll be able to respond usually fairly quickly. And I will see you guys in our next Zoom meeting.